Okay, we're taking a look at lesson 87, worksheet number 1. This is all on factoring by grouping. I'll just go through a few of these examples and hopefully you can follow along with what you have in front of you, or even just writing it down to make sure you understand what's happening. I'll start with number 1. Number 1, I have a 6ax plus a 7am to the third plus a 12d to the third x plus a 14m to the third d to the third. The very first thing I want to ask myself when I have 4 terms, when I have any number of terms, is there something I can take out of all of these? Is there a greatest common factor in all 4 terms? Well, there's nothing I can take out of all 4 of them. None of them have anything in common. Or I should say all 4 of them don't have anything in common. So I'm going to go ahead to my next step. Factoring by grouping tells me I need to group these terms in pairs, and I need to group them based upon common factors that they have. Sometimes you have to move the terms around and sometimes you don't. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and leave them exactly as they are, because this one has an a and an a that I can take out of both of those terms. This one has a d to the third and a d to the third that I can take out of both of those terms, and I can also take a 2 out of both of those numbers. So I'm going to group them exactly as they are, remembering to take the sign in front. That's a positive 12, so I'm going to keep that positive inside of parentheses. Okay? Now, once I have grouped them, the next thing I need to do is go ahead and take out that greatest common factor. I have an a in common in both of these, so I'm going to go ahead and take the a out. That's going to leave me with a 6x plus a 7m to the third. I'm going to do the same thing in the second group. I can take out a couple things here. I can take out a positive 2, and I can also take out a d to the third. I'll take out both of those. That's a positive 2, that's where the plus comes from, and then I can take out a d to the third. When I do that, take out a 2 from that 12, it gives me 6. I took out the d to the third, so x is all I have left there. I'm taking out the 2 here, so I'm left with a positive 7. M to the third I have not done anything with. I took out that d to the third here, so it's gone. I factored out an a, and I factored out a 2d to the third. Now at this point, what you should notice is I have 2 things in parentheses. Those parentheses should always match. When I'm factoring by grouping, whatever is inside of parentheses there should always be the same. If it's not, you've done something wrong, or you need to reevaluate. Should I have taken out a negative? Should I have taken out a positive? What can I do here to make these things the same? And in this situation they are, which is great, so I'm going to continue to move on. Since I have 2 things in common, I'm going to go ahead and take out that greatest common factor from the entire thing. And that is that 6x plus a 7m to the third. Whatever you take out when you're factoring by grouping is always what's going to be in parentheses, always. If I take out that 6x plus 7m to the third, I'm left with just an a here. If I take out this 6x plus a 7m to the third, goes on the outside, I'm left with a positive 2d to the third here. Now what we should notice is I have a binomial here and I have a binomial here. My rules have not changed. Whenever I take out a greatest common factor, we talked about it. Whatever is on the outside stays on the outside. That's a 6x plus a 7m to the third. Whatever is left over goes in parentheses. This is what's left over. It's going in parentheses. A plus a 2d to the third. And that's it. I have factored it completely and in its entirety.